There was once a woman named Hannah who longed deeply for a child. Year after year she prayed with all her heart, but she had no children. One day, overwhelmed with emotion, she went to the temple and made a promise to God. She said, "If you give me a son, I will dedicate him back to you for his whole life." God heard her prayer. In time, Hannah gave birth to a baby boy. She named him Samuel, which means heard by God. True to her promise, when Samuel was still very young, she took him to serve in the temple under a priest named Eli. Samuel grew up in the temple, learning how to serve God. But during that time, hearing directly from God was very rare. People didn't often receive clear messages anymore. Then, one night, something unusual happened. Samuel was lying down, trying to sleep, when he suddenly heard a voice call his name, "Samuel!" He quickly got up and ran to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "You called me." But Eli replied, "I didn't call you. Go back and lie down." So Samuel went back to bed. Again, the voice called, "Samuel!" He jumped up and ran to Eli again. "Here I am. You called me." Eli said, "I did not call you, my son. Go back and lie down." This happened a third time. Finally, Eli realized what was going on. He told Samuel, "Go and lie down. If the voice calls you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went back and lay down. Then the voice came again, calling, "Samuel, Samuel." This time Samuel answered, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." It was God. God began to speak to Samuel, giving him a message. It wasn't an easy message. It was about judgment and change, but Samuel listened carefully. The next morning, Samuel was afraid to tell Eli what God had said, but Eli encouraged him to speak honestly. So Samuel told him everything, holding nothing back. From that moment on, it became clear that God was with Samuel. As he grew older, people began to recognize him as a true prophet, someone who speaks God's message. Everything Samuel said came to pass, and all of Israel trusted him. Samuel would go on to become one of the greatest leaders in his people's history, guiding them and helping them follow God. This story teaches us something powerful. First, God hears sincere prayers. Just like Hannah, when we speak from the heart, we are not ignored. Second, anyone can hear God's call, even a child. Samuel didn't recognize God's voice at first, but he learned to listen. And finally, when we do hear what is right, we must have the courage to act on it, even when it's difficult, because sometimes the quiet voice calling your name might just be the beginning of something great.